Multiple man can summon up to 9 dupes on the field at a time. Is this going to be a problem for your team when you're using him? Also, how far should you bring your character's Iso-8 class up to? Level 3, level 4, level 5, and which battle pass is better? We're discussing these questions and a lot of Dark Dimension questions on your Monday mailbag, guys. So if you're ready to find out the answer to these questions and a lot more, find that like button and you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Woo! Hello. What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome to the ValleyFlyin channel and your Monday mailbag. We are discussing a bunch of things. Multiple man, Iso-8. We have a lot of Dark Dimension questions from Dark Dimension 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some character recommendations. And a lot more of your questions from the mailbag. Now, I do want to thank each and every one of you that left a question on the Discord server in that mailbag channel. Even if you want to get your question potentially answered in an upcoming episode of this mailbag, then go to the Discord, join it, and find that channel. Leave your question there. Now, we normally... I've experimented with doing this on a Sunday, and last week it was nice, had some decent response. Yesterday was Easter, so we're doing this on a Monday again, but next week or this coming week, I think we're going to go back to a Sunday and do that as an experiment again. So get your questions early this week. But without further ado, let's jump ahead to all of the questions of the week, starting with this one. ValleyFlyin. Hey, brother, love the content. Been watching you for a while now. Not really a question, but not sure if people know about this. I noticed that in every event, one of the things they give out is Cosmic Essence into campaign nodes. The reward is 1 campaign energy for 1 Cosmic Essence, except in Heroes 1-3, you get double that for the node for some reason. Just a thought. Would like to get the word out. It's been going on for a couple of events now. Keep on smashing. So this is something that we might need to keep serious. I was debating whether I should do this on this mailbag video because I think this is a nice hidden hack that you can get more information, whatever event currency is going on. So if we go into the game and look at Heroes 1-3, let's go all the way back to Heroes 1-3, and we'll see that what it actually rewards. So in 1-3. And if we notice, most of these nodes that are done by third, oh my goodness, I haven't even finished this one. I haven't 3-starred this one. But if we notice, most of the nodes, Heroes 1-3 has 12 essence, costs 10 energy. This one costs 6 energy and you get 6 essence, as opposed to this one, it costs 12 energy and you're getting 12. So little tiny bit of a bargain. I don't know if it's a huge bargain, but I think at one time or another, there was a character on this node and I think they just forgot to switch it. Now, is this the best use of the energy? I don't know, because if we look at the rest of the rewards, experience, if you're already at level 80, you're not getting much extra for that. The gold is, I guess it's comparable to other nodes. You're getting some dream training mats and you're getting a little more of this Cosmic Essence, which is the event currency for this current event. Is it worth going back and doing this? I don't know, but we'll see how it is in future events. Unfortunately, I just noted this question is the last day of this event, but in future events, when this comes up, we're gonna go back to Heroes 1-3 and see if it's still worth it. So thank you for the question, brother. And I guess it's not a real question, but thank you for the PSA. Let's get back to the questions and keep on hammering away. Hey, brother, was lucky to pull a 7 red star for stature. Is there any essential T4s for her and the Pimtech team? Let's actually go back into the game now and find stature and see what I've done to my stature, because I guess it's going to be based on how you're using this team. But on my team, I haven't put any into her. Let's take out my stature right now. I don't use Pimtech often enough for this to be a high priority. But if you are using Pimtech, I know there's supposed to be a Dark Dimension team in a mode that most players will go through the Dark Dimension 2 times. Each of the Dark Dimension 2 times, never go back to it. So where is the value going to lie in these T4s? I'm not sure. They're pretty good on war offense or war defense. A lot of that value is from Ghosts, though. So I don't know if these T4s are valuable unless you're really using the Pimtech. But if you're using the Pimtech more than I am, this is a pretty decent T4 right here. Getting more focus, 20% more focus. This second part of it just applies in Dark Dimension. So unless you're going full Pimtech in Dark Dimension, you're not really getting this bonus. But 20% focus is nice. I don't know if it's worth a full T4 if you're not using that team as a lot. More damage is good. 2 ability energy for self and Pimtech allies. I think this is a really good T4. Only thing, this has a longer cooldown, so you may not be using this multiple times for a battle. but getting 2 ability energy for all enemy or allies is good instead of 1 for 3 random allies. So this is a very, very good T4. But again, usage, it's going to come down to usage on this one. And I like this one as well. Now costs 3 ability energy. So if you're getting a lot of use out of stature, this is a decent T4. But if not, and you're using the Pimtech like most people are using, I probably wouldn't invest. As you see, I didn't invest any because I'm not using this team a lot. But it's going to come down to your usage, brothers. If you're using them a lot, I would probably go ultimate, then special, then passive. And that's the order I would go. I like that focus, but I don't know if it's worth a full T4. And the basic, I don't think it's really worth upgrading, even if you're using that Pimtech team a lot. Back to the questions, though. Let's move on. Next question. Hey, brother. Hope you're well. This week, I have 2 questions for you and one for Scopely. Cough. First question is a couple parts to it. How are you doing in Dark Dimension 4? What note are you on, and what did you take into this section? So we do this every morning on stream, guys. So hopefully you can stop by Twitch in the mornings. ValleyFlyin 76 is the channel, and we do Dark Dimension 4 every morning. Right now, we're on the last Cosmic Node. I think that is Node 9, but I could be mistaken on the number. We're a little more than halfway through. The team I brought in was Thanos, Minerva, Longshot, and Proxima Midnight. They're getting through it. I'm almost done with Silver Surfer, so I think he's speed that along. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's the team I brought. Second question. Scopely announced we're taking minions and weaker, insignificant characters out of the war store because there's a rarely populated and a bottleneck. Why have they not done this already? No idea. I have not. I don't know. What is the reasoning they're stalling on this? My explanation in my mind is there's so many other bugs that have arisen since they made this announcement that they're scrambling to fix this stuff. But who knows? Maybe they're waiting for the next update. Let's go into the blog post, though, and we see the information right here about the character availability. And this is all the way back from February 13th, 2021. It is now April as I'm recording this, and we have not had any information about this since this blog post. We have also been adding characters to the war store without removing older characters, and that is creating some overcrowding by diluting how desirable the characters in the war store are. We are working on a plan to remove less desirable characters as new ones enter. That has not been done at all so far. I guess with all this recent string of bugs, maybe they're worried about bugs. At least that's what I'm hoping. Maybe they created some bugs and they're actually play testing stuff, and they're like, oh, we've removed these characters. It's causing a bunch of issues in the raids and in arena and with She-Hulk or some random character that we gotta put it back. And I'm hoping that's why they haven't done anything so far. Not that just focusing on bugs like I talked about, but focused on quality assurance, making sure that things aren't broken. I don't know why it's taking so long, but that is the latest information that we have about this situation. Let's move on to the next question, though, brother. Hello from Oregon, ValleyFlyin. Hope all is well. Same to you and everybody else out there as well. Just wondering if they're ever gonna make Iron Man relevant again. Ever is such a long time, so I would say at some point, maybe. I don't see it in the near future, though. They took him out of legendaries, the legendary rotation a little while ago, maybe even a year ago. I don't know, but doing that doesn't suggest that they're gonna make him relevant again. I hope I'm wrong. He is a very iconic character in the MCU. He's a lot of people's favorite characters, and he's kind of bad. Even on his own team, the Power Armor team, he is the most replaceable character. So I would love if they made him more relevant, more Power Armor, give him the Hulkbuster, maybe make him available on a few other teams. I would love to see it, but I don't know when, but ever is a long time. So I think sometime we should get a reworked Iron Man, or at least I hope so. Hello from the OKC. Hope the family is well. Same to all of you guys as well, brother. Not much of a question, but more of a bug I stumbled upon. A Node 9 in DD4 switched my Thanos Striker to Skirmisher after I revived him with 50 cores. I started to attack with him, then backed out, hoping for a better RNG, and his health bars went to 0. No way to get his health back. I'm only out to 50 cores and Thanos for the attack. Is this a known bug that has reported? If it is known, it is not known to me. I know there's a bunch of different issues going on in Dark Dimensions, and I know some of these are reported, but I think they seem like isolated incidents as far as I can tell, but I'm not the expert on all these bugs. My recommendation, send a support ticket. Hopefully you could get your 50 cores back. My experience with customer support, they've been pretty good about isolated incidents like this, as long as you're reporting it right away. And hopefully it is an isolated incident and not a bigger issue with Dark Dimension being all screwed up. Because who knows how long it's going to take to get fixed. But at the very least, at least right now, right into customer support, if there's other people that are having this strange kind of issue in Dark Dimension, I know, like I said, I know there's a lot of weird things going on. I haven't experienced any. So get right into customer support, get your cores back. Hopefully, if other people are experiencing this, and this is a bug that is recreatable, that this gets fixed soon, though. So some of you people to know when switching around their Iso-8 classes in Dark Dimension. So be very, very careful when switching things in Dark Dimension, because there's some issues in that game mode. Has anyone compared the battle passes and determined the better value? All right, so you got two different things. I think the battle pass associated real-time arena has some better rewards in it. Now, obviously, the big thing there is going to be the character shards. So it loses a lot of value if you already have whatever is the featured character. If you already have them up to 7 stars, that battle pass loses a lot of value. So it's just basically you're getting some cores, you're getting a few silver pieces, but you're getting a lot of gear 15 pieces. And again, that value goes way down if you've already been through Dark Dimension 4 and don't need all those gear 15 pieces to try to unlock Dr. Doom. So if you've already have Doom, you already have Scream at 7 stars, the battle pass right now is not really worth a lot. Compared that to the real-time arena pass, not a lot of value in that either, except for the Silver Surfer shards. And I know unless there's been some weird offers or some weird hacking or something, nobody should be able to have Silver Surfer at 7 stars right now. So that's going to have some value with that as well. So it depends what you need. I don't think it's a cookie cutter answer for everybody, but if you don't have the featured character in real-time arena and you are not through Dark Dimension 4, I think that's going to be the better value. But obviously, just in terms of characters, Silver Surfer is much better than Scream, much better than She-Hulk, arguably better than Zemo. Yeah. Silver Surfer is better than Zemo and is better than anybody else that we've had. She-Hulk, I'm missing one. Beast. He's better than all of those characters. So for that sense, you're getting more value from the pass, but from the normal strike pass. But once that character goes away, if it's not Silver Surfer in the future, that pass is going to diminish in value a little bit. So it's not a cookie cutter answer for everybody. It's going to be determined by what you need on your roster. But those are the things to consider. In my opinion, that strike pass, the gold orbs, the training orbs, all that stuff is nice. But because of a lot of it is just those raid orbs, and they're not, in my opinion, they're not very valuable. Even those orange elite ones, which I don't think has been adjusted since Dark Dimension 2, quite frankly. It's not as valuable. So it's on a case-by-case basis, depending on what you need in the game. All right. Hey, Valley, hope you're doing well over there. I was wondering, what do you think of the next set of legendaries will be? If so, which legendary should we start focus on as unlocking as the next permanent legendary? I already have, the only non-permanent legendary I have is Star-Lord. So we used, in 2020, we had a pretty standard cadence towards November, December is when they started switching things around. And I don't think we've had a set cadence at all in 2021. They've been shifting things around as far as the order of these legendary characters return. Right now, we're having Doc Ock returning today. Before that was Ebony Maw. But there's a lot of characters that are being skipped. I think Phoenix is a likely candidate. Jubilee is a likely candidate, and maybe Invisible Woman, Magneto. I think they were supposed to be coming around a lot more. The Invisible Woman and Star-Lord we may have just have. It's hard for me to tell, because then if you have a character at 7 stars, those events don't pop up in your store when they return. So I'm gonna guess that the next legendary, possibly Phoenix, but I don't know. There's no set order right now. So my honest answer, I don't know. I think one of the best characters that you could go after as far as unlocking legendaries is Hela, though, because she's the road to the 3 important legendaries. Phoenix is still an important legendary. She's fallen off a lot. She's probably not one of the best top 5 characters in the game at this point, but still is worth unlocking, especially for new players. Hela will also help you to unlock Black Bolt, and Black Bolt will directly unlock Ebony Maw. So regardless of who the next legendary is, I think Black Bolt is Hela is very, very important for a bunch of ones. And if you can get to that chapter in villains, do it. Very, very important, because that's going to help you unlocking these legendaries, and be prepared when these legendaries roll around again. All right, hey, Valley Greens from Villainous. Any word, rumors about gold milestones? I'm only spending about 1 million gold per day. I want to improve my teams. That seems to be the best right now. You know, you're not able to upgrade as much as I know a lot of people want. I'm not able to upgrade as much as I want if I stick to that 1 million spending limit. But I think that's the best long term, especially since milestones are kind of in the state of flux. We said we were getting, or they said we'd be getting some seasonal milestones coming after Emma, and I thought that would be in conjunction with another milestone release character. They got Silver Surfer though, and he's released in this totally new way with his strike pass. So I'm not sure what they're going to do as far as the next milestone characters. For some of the rumors of characters coming in 5.3, none of them seem so strong that they should have that milestone tag like Emma did, like Symbiote Spider-Man did, like Captain Marvel at the time, and even one of our first big war defense characters in Coulson. So I don't know if anybody is going to live up to that level of meta-ness. Is that even a word? I don't know. But I don't know if anybody's going to be that strong in Marvel Strike Force to live up to that in as far as what I hear as far as rumors in 5.3. So I don't know if we're getting one. Sometimes I'm spending more gold, but I am fully aware that they could be a hindrance down the road. So I would say it could be a hindrance down the road, but if you need to spend more gold, just do it. Just be aware that there may be something coming up. We haven't had word of this. And I don't know what they're going to do as far as next milestone release. So, yeah, I don't have an answer, because there's no real consistency going on with Scopely. And we're not able to really base what's happening in the future by what they've done in the past, because they're changing so many things. So I would say it wouldn't hurt to save and just spend a 1 million gold. But if it's hindering you in specific teams, then do it. All right, next question. Hope all is going well. I'm starting to stare down the Doom War campaign. At the first 3 nodes use Hero Mutant. I'm leaning towards leveling XMen instead of Uncanny XMen. Everyone on both teams are gear tier 9 and level 55. Beast is 5 red, so I could go on either team. My other XMen are 3 red and 2 red for Bishop, which unfortunately the most important member of the X-Men. My Uncanny, I'm seeing that. All right, so your Uncanny are where they at. I'm seeing X-Men as a team, and Phoenix have viability later in game. Other factors have me think of Leva X-Men over Uncanny's. I don't plan to take Colossus to DD3 and getting my head smashed by lower X-Men teams in RTA. So yeah, I would go with what your head I think is in the right spot. Go with X-Men over the Uncanny X-Men. You're still going to have some value with Colossus, some value with Cyclops, but majority of that is going to be in Phoenix. They've fallen off a little bit since Beast got moved on to that X-Men team. X-Men's value is rising as they're gaining more and more important in the raids. And as we see, they're usable in the raids at a much lower investment level than the symbiote. So X-Men, I don't think you could go wrong, especially if one day you're going to go to Doom Wars or the Doom raids and having to do those mutant sections. The X-Men are going to carry you through those nodes. So that's what I would go. I think your head is right in picking X-Men over Uncanny X-Men, especially with where the meta is shifted right now. So yes, I agree with you. X-Men over Uncanny. What is good, Valley? Ever since I heard Silver Surfer was coming out, I started hoarding cores, mega orbs, ultimate orbs based on previously released tunes that are available through these methods. Yeah, so Scopely is not really doing things according to how they previously done. They're switching up a lot of things. It's making predicting a little harder than it was back in 2020. Then he was released and we couldn't core him. Do we know if he'd be available through ultimate orbs or mega orbs in the future? Hard to say, because as we look back on some of these other harder to obtain characters, like the milestone characters that we previously talked about, I don't know if any of them are in the Ultimates or Mega Orbs yet. Maybe Captain Marvel has made that switch, but as far as just going off memory, I don't think anybody is in those orbs right now. So is it possible in the future they switch stuff up and add them? Yes, it is possible. Eventually he'll be available there, but I think it'll be after he's fallen out of the meta. And right now, even at 3 stars, 4 stars, the people that have him there, Silver Surfer is such a valuable character. I don't see him falling out of the meta soon, which means I don't see them making him very easily available soon. So, is it possible? Again, maybe he could be available tomorrow. I don't see it happening though. So, hopefully this helps, and hopefully my prediction is right. But as far as solid information, I don't have solid information one way or the other, but just judging by the way they've done things in the past, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Valley, hope you are having a great week. And now to my question. Shadowlands, 400k. 8 total T4s, wondering how much I should invest in them further. I'm a very active off-war guy in my alliance stocks and keep on smashing, dude. All right, so Shadowland, great war offense, but you got to realize that war offense happens 3 times a week. So if you, this is the way I always upgrade my characters, making sure I have a solid arena offense team. If I'm able to beat whatever I'm seeing in arena defense, then my arena team in my mind is solid. So if that is solid, you can move on to raids in my mind. And raids, I want to be able to complete whatever content we're on, whether it be the Doom raids or Ultima 7, or if you're a newer player, Ultima 6, whatever level the Greeks you guys are on. So in my mind, making sure that I can complete the raid content without using a lot of raid health is important. After that is when I start working on war offense teams. So because this is kind of the best war offense team right now in relation to the meta, I would say once you have your arena set, once you have your raid set, this is a team that you're going to invest in heavily. And then after war offense comes war defense. And that's how I judge stuff. If you judge things a little differently, and if you're planning to use some of these characters like a Night Nurse, maybe a White Tiger in other game modes, maybe Dark Dimension 4, maybe on the Doom raids, then yes, you can invest more heavily in these characters. But a lot of it is going to come down to usage. And if you're only going to use this team 3 times a week, there's probably other teams that you're using more on a daily basis that you want to invest in first. But yeah, this is the strongest war team right now. So invest confidently if war is a big priority for you, brother. Valley, hope your Easter went well. Blessings to you and your family. Same to all of you guys as well. Here's an issue I feel gets overlooked. It would help catch up mechanics, make the game more competitive, increase the fun. How about this much? You need to change raid season rewards. Just like the community wanting blitz shards, I think we need an alliance shard for raid season rewards based off alliance TCP. The fact that the top alliance gets 400 T4s is much needed and hard to accumulate it, especially with increasing demand. Scopely is placing them placing on them by making so many teams T4s dependent. Is the way to get top stocked out of reach. However, the new and mid, even late game players can get a shot of rewards like that if we can't acquire them equally as fast. When the top alliances get bigger, the normal alliances struggle to maintain. It would make the game a lot easier, more fun if we felt raiding hard and building tunes would actually make us more competitive. We need to push for raid season alliance charts. This sounds like a good idea. I mean, giving more rewards to some of these alliances that want to be more competitive. Maybe they don't have the T4 or they don't have the collection power to compete with some of the larger alliances that have been around for a while. I see as a good. I see as a good thing. More catch-up mechanics, in my opinion, is always good. And giving more T4s to newer alliances, to mid-game alliances, I think is a good thing. So would I like to see this? Yes, I think it would help. I think it would help everybody. Obviously, more of a help for newer mid-game players, but building up players through the mid and early games quicker, getting them to end game is going to be an important thing for Scopely. So I think this does nothing but help everybody in the game. So yes, it's lessening the blow of having the rich get richer and creating a wider gap. So I do like something like this. ValleyFlyin, my brother. So Drew mentioned in his rumors report possibly a Weapon X member, John Wraith. Yes, he did. Kestrel from the Wolverine movie is who John Wraith was, played by Will.i.am in that movie. Kind of an interesting choice for this team that they would bring this on now. I know myself, I wanted Nightcrawler, so it's kind of strange that they're choosing a different teleporter before Nightcrawler, but hopefully they have a nice kit for him and it'll be some insight into what we can see from Nightcrawler. But as far as Omega Red, including the Weapon X team, if that rumor is true, who knows? Drew gets names. He doesn't get teams. Sometimes he gets tags, but he got the name of Kestrel, which is that character, John Wraith. No mention of Omega Red or any secret identities for Omega Red, so who knows if sometime, maybe 5.4, maybe sometime after that, this character is coming, possibly. But Drew got word of 3 names, and in 5.3, and Omega Red was not one of them. So probably running not in this coming update, but possibly down the road, we'll get a 5th member of this team. I mean, as it stands right now, after this update, we'll have 4 members of the X Factor team. After this update, I don't even know if they're going to make a full team with this Weapon X. Maybe John Wraith is the next member of the X Factor. I don't know. But Drew didn't get any team members, team names or anything for where these characters are going. He had some hints for the Colleen and Misty, but Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Omega Red is coming? And if it is in fact going to be a Weapon X team that we're seeing with the inclusion or the possible inclusion of Kestrel coming in 5.3. All right, ValleyFlyin, what's your thoughts on the minimum gold orbs being bumped up? I like it. I think every time they do a level cap increase, they should adjust things like gold orbs and training orbs and look at all the currency that we're getting in the game. And I think that is proper. But I think we've had one adjustment to the gold orbs, maybe two. But over the past 3 years of this game, I believe it's only once. And that needs to be more because we've had more than one or two level cap increases. So yes, I do think it should be increased. Try to get multiple gold orbs, say 4, only getting 500k because I get the bare minimum every orb. Yeah, so I think it should be increased. I think gold, that would be one way of reducing some of the gold bottleneck. I know that's still a big concern for the community, but yeah, I would love to see it. All right, hey Valley Stuff again from Hiroshima. I noticed today's Mega Orb sales were priced the same. I don't really mind about one Mega Orb as I rarely buy them, but do you think this is a silly mistake having the same content but a different price at the same sales period? Let alone having someone saying 50% save 50% on a copywriting for each of them. This feels amateurish of them having this mistake. I don't know if you remember, but there was an offer that went up, said save 0% over your normal savings. And if you go back to my Twitter account, I think I posted it there. I don't know what this percent is because it doesn't really seem to line up. I mean, their normal prices could be whatever. So, yeah, I don't worry about what percent you're saving because that's just a fictitious number anyway. So, as far as it being amateurish, I mean, you know you're playing a Scopely game, right? They don't do quality assurance testing. They don't test their stuff before it goes out. Hello, Valley. Happy Easter to you and your family. Happy Easter to you as well, brother. With Hela being part of the Doom Silver Surfer counter and the insane resistance value of Silver Surfer, 22k on a 4/4. Wondering if the extra 5k percent extra focus bonus on Hela's utility is actually 50 times more, or the focus just flat 5k, because though she has 7 red star, gear 15, and has Loki at her side, she just cannot spread ability block on anything with ability block on with him. Or do I miss something? I don't think you're missing too much. This is something else we were talking about on the live stream this morning as well. There's still a lot of characters that are not fixed in game yet. It says that they're getting a flat, where it says they're getting a percent amount increase to their focus, and a lot of characters are still getting that flat amount. So it actually may be an extra 5,000 extra focus for her character. I don't remember all the characters off the top of my head. I think possibly Phoenix is still broken. I think it may be Mr. Fantastic still broken. There's a bunch of characters that say they're adding a percent base of focus, but they're adding a flat rate. So this is something that Scopely never went back and addressed. And I don't know. This came to light when, I forget which character. Was it Ghost that came out and people were like, hey, this is still broken? Or is it further back than Ghost? I don't remember. But this has been going on for a while. Over a year now, these characters have been broken and nothing done to it. So hopefully this is something we'll see fixed soon. But the litany of errors just continue, guys. What should I be farming for the good War Sword characters be? Should I stop at 5, 6, or take them to 7? Again, this is an individualized thing. My thing is new players should try to unlock the legendaries as quick as possible. That way you get access to all the characters, all the teams, and then after that you could start working on them. So if that is the strategy that you do want to employ, getting all their characters that unlock legendaries in the war store up to 5, I think should be the bare minimum. So like a Sif or even a Ronin, or maybe is Ronin still in that store? I don't remember if he's. I know Nobu is in that store though, and he does unlock Phoenix for that Villain Mystic controller. So if you're trying to unlock the legendaries, stop at 5. If you're trying to unlock Phoenix, you got to go to 6 because she's a 6 unlock. And then as you're trying to get these legendaries to 7 stars, take them to 7 stars. So you got some good characters in there, like a Mr. Sinister, like a Minerva, that are just good to have. And then there's other characters that unlock legendaries, like Sif. X-23 is actually pretty good, but she's more of a legendary unlock character. I think I would rather focus on getting all my characters to at least 5 so I can unlock legendaries, and then with the exception of the Phoenix unlock. And then once I have them, at a certain star level, then start moving up and getting stars on my legendaries. That's what I would do. Everybody has different strategies and different goals in this game, so I don't think there's a one cookie cutter answer for this question as well. But it depends what you want to do. And of course, if you have a lot of these important legendaries like Black Bolt, like Ebony Maw, like Jubilee, if you have them set up already, then you could focus a little less on these other characters that aren't as important. But yeah, I like to have the legendaries unlocked. So get all them all to 5 for the normals and at least 6 for the Phoenix unlocks. ValleyFlyin, hey bud, I've had enough gold tokens to get a 6 red star now, but if I wait till the end of Strike Pass, I can get a 7 red star. What would you do? Use 6 now or wait till 7 in a few weeks? On that note, characters I can make 6 are Cull, X-23, Emma, Zemo, Hela, and Minerva, and Captain Marvel, Ghost, Corvus, Glaive, or Proxima, Midnight. And then 7-star options are Darth Spider, Doc Ock, Phoenix, Black Bolt, Maw, Moon Knight, or Taskmaster. So a couple different options here. Now, whenever I'm choosing to upgrade a character from promotion credits, either silver or gold, or to upgrade T4s, I always ask myself, is these characters doing something right, or will this upgrade give this character something that he's not able to do right now, or he or she? Is it gonna do that? So if upgrading a character to 6, getting them that 6 red star on that character will improve what you're able to do either in arena or raids or in war significantly, then do it. If it was my roster though, I probably would not do Cull at this point. 3 months ago, before we knew of Silver Surfer, I probably would have done Cull. Right now, probably not doing Cull. X-23 is great on that war offense team, that X Factor, or X Force, but not as good in other game modes. Still good, but just not getting as much use from me. Emma's a great character. I think if you're really focused on war defense or using her other game modes, she could be a good option for you. Same thing with Zemo. Zemo's good on war attack if you're using him a lot, or are trying to get into those skill lanes for Dark Dimension 4. This could be a good option as well. Hela is a good counter and to a lot of teams nowadays, and is getting more and more value as more people are taking her off of Asgardians, but not one that I think I would that I'm getting enough usage out of right now that I would do this upgrade. Minerva probably not, Captain Marvel probably not, Ghost probably not, Corvus probably not, Proxima probably not. Your 7-star options, Darth Spider, how much are you using the symbiotes? How much are you struggling with those symbiotes is what you have to ask yourself before this. Doc Ock is a decent option as well. I don't know if I would spend the 7-star on Doc Ock though. He is a great character, and if you naturally pulled a 5, 6, or 7 on him, would be a good, I would be happy. But as far as spending gold promotion credits, not a character that I think I would do. Phoenix is a double-edged sword. So as you're getting Dark Phoenix stronger, it's a good thing, but you're also getting Phoenix stronger, which means it's harder to die and getting to that Dark Phoenix form. Black Bolt is a great character, but it's a little slow to be a part of this meta. Maw, I've upgraded my Maw to 6 stars, hoping that he would survive a little longer in arena. Did not survive at all, so I would not waste any gold promotion credits or silver promotion credits on Ebony Maw. Moon Knight, Taskmaster, again, I think these are parts of specialized teams. As far as what I would do, it'd probably be Emma or Hela, but as far as just their how valuable they are as characters, maybe even Zemo. But I probably would wait. I probably would wait for a character like a Bishop or a Silver Surfer if it was me. But if there are any characters that is gonna upgrading that is gonna help you in any content you're doing right now, then build them up. But yeah, so again, this is another question that doesn't really have a cookie cutter answer that's going to apply the same answer to everybody, because a lot of it is going to be based on what you're trying to do, what you're doing right now, and if there's other characters that you want to save for. And for me, I think there's characters that I want to save for. Valley, you're the man. Quick question: is Symbiotes and X-Men going to crush the X Factor team by killing multiple Man Dupes? Probably, but that's not a team that you're supposed to be placing on war defense. If you're placing it on war defense, then yeah, they'll probably run through them. It's like having another Hela or someone with Greg that just keeps reviving. It's the Symbiotes and the X-Men. Even Shadowland's gonna eat up on that team. I mean, anybody that feeds off of getting characters that are low health, and I mean X Force will feed off of that as well with X-23. So yeah, don't place them on defense. I don't think they're a great defense squad because of all the dupes. So yeah, multiple men, use them on offense with your dad bros, and I think you'll be happy. You're helping them to keep them alive. That said, I don't have them unlocked. Everything might change as I unlock them though, but that is my initial impressions. Hopefully it's released tonight and we can lock them tonight and get some actual testing. But I don't think you want to place this team on war defense, especially with multiple mana on all his dupes. Valley, I've been hearing a lot of mixed advice. Was wondering what your advice is taking characters to level Iso-8 versus staying at level 4 or at level 5. So there's not a lot of characters that I've taken to level 5 right now. I think the cost is very restrictive as far as what you could do with your roster. I think most of your roster should be up at level 3 right now. For certain characters that you're using more, level 4. And then there's certain cases that I think you should bring them up to level 5. And usage is going to be a big factor there. So I'll go and show you what I've built up. And you may be getting the same usage out of these characters. And I'll give you some rationale on why I'm taking these characters up. And hopefully it helps you in determining which characters you want to bring to level 5. Got the fifth class of Iso-8 on Thanos, Maw, and Cull. I did this way back in the day when Black Order really had no counters to it. I guess they had some hybrid counters, but less counters than they do now. I think they're still the top war offense team, so this helps them, but this star on Ebony Maw didn't help him at all. Sinister and Emma. I have that 5th star on both, or that 5th class on both of them. They are war defense characters, so that healing class, I think, helps them a little bit, just giving them more survivability and making it trickier for the opponents in war. And then same thing for Doc Ock. Those are the only characters that I've taken up to level 5 as far as our ISO classes. There may be more, but a lot of it's going to come down to usage. So again, if you're using the characters, I think all characters should be around level 3 if they're on a war offense, war defense, or if they're one of your blitz teams. I think they or one of your main blitz teams, they should be level 3. Certain teams that you're using more should be up on level 4 to give them more health. And then there's extreme cases like this that I think you could go to level 5. If you're not sure, I think the best move is to save though. So again, hopefully this helps. I don't think it's going to be a standard cookie cutter answer for everyone though. But I think that is done with all the... we are done with the questions. We're on to the Dark Dimension questions now, guys. So all of these questions are going to be related to Dark Dimension, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. So yes, let's get some Dark Dimension recommendations. Love your videos. Thank you for putting the work to help out the MSF community. I started DD4 with that first 4 of Emma, Thanos, Zemo, Minerva, and Symbiote Spider-Man. Currently on Node 3, and I'm likely to finish it any day now. Finishing my Sinister, my 3rd global, and was planning to get Ghost for my 4th, but I'm short on Quantum Energy. It's going to take me forever, however, to finish this on her. Looking at my roster, almost all the good alternatives are half bad on Gear 13s. The only character I've got close is Ultron. Probably get the extra 15 uniques to take him to Gear 15 before I get the Quantum Energy for Ghost. Should I ditch the plan for Ghost and build up Ultron instead? So if it was me, I would not. Ghost is going to have some value after Dark Dimension 4, but I think she is a killer for these global nodes. The combo of Ghost and Mr. Sinister really smashed the global section on Dark Dimension 4 for me, so I think she's one of the most valuable global characters you can bring in. Ultron will give you some value, but if he gets killed and his cooldowns are not set up, kind of like they were for Dark Dimension 3, he's not going to be very valuable. I think he's going to have a lot of value after that, though. So depending how fast you want to get through, how much value you place on characters when you're done with Dark Dimension 4, Ultron could be a good choice, but I think he's going to provide very little value in Dark Dimension 4, and he's very expensive as well and might hinder you for some other characters, like maybe a Doc Ock or someone that you might need for these legendary sections. I would stick to the Ghost plan because that's going to help you a little bit. I wouldn't go too far ahead because I did that. I probably should have done some other Mystic characters like a Hela or Silver Surfer before I finished up Ebony Maw, but yeah, I hope this helps. I would go Ghost. It might take a little longer. If you have the war resources, the war currency, you might want to refresh that node just till you get those Quantum Energy and not buy anything you see in that store. That's what I'm doing right now to try to get that last Mystic piece for Silver Surfer. But yeah, Ghost is gonna be way better than Ultron in Dark Dimension 4, and Ultron may have more value when you're done with Dark Dimension 4 than Ghost, especially if he's gonna have red stars coming later this year. Hey Valley, happy Easter. Cringe. I don't think it was that cringe. To you and your family, for the past few months, I've been using the original Dark Dimension 4 calculator, but I was thinking of bringing the Silver Surfer now instead of Hela. I'm wondering, is there an updated DD4 character that has the newest characters in it? Keep on smashing, and hopefully a future Gamma team for your boy. All right, so the Verandius original spreadsheet was current at the time. The one on msf.gg is the one I use. You could use that in conjunction with an emulator you're using. You could use that Mantis tool to get all your data into MSF.gg a lot easier. You could also do it all manually, but I would recommend Mantis and some kind of emulator. Speaking of emulators, you can use that link to download BlueStacks for free on your PC. It does support the channel. And yes, you could use it in conjunction with Mantis to get our information on MSF.gg. But I would go to that one now. It has a few more additional features that the original Verandia spreadsheet doesn't have. So that's my preferred Dark Dimension calculator, brother. So hopefully that helps. Hey, Valley, have a DD4 question for you. Currently having trouble choosing who would be more valuable as my skill global slot, Baron, Zemo, or Red Guardian. Also recently pulled a 7 Red Star Taskmaster. But he is really expensive to take at Gear 15. Any suggestions? So I wouldn't do Taskmaster. I have a 6 Red Star Taskmaster. Didn't choose him because of the cost. So now you're getting into more luxury category because I think both of them are kind of luxury picks. I took Black Widow instead of Zemo. I think Zemo is probably a little better for Dark Dimension 4 and maybe a little better for the Doom Raids. But Black Widow is very, very cheap. As far as cost, Red Guardian I think is a lot more expensive. I think he's a 90 character, so you're gonna spend more time. So if time is a consideration for you, Baron Zemo is slightly less expensive than Red Guardian. But I think as far as use, I think Red Guardian is gonna be a little more useful after Dark Dimension 4. So obviously, if War Offense is important to you, Baron Zemo right now is gonna be the preferred War Offense character. Maybe with a rework that was teased is coming in 5.3 to the entire military skill class. Maybe that switches Red Guardian. But I know right now in the Doom Raids and that skill lanes, Red Guardian and Zemo, they're both valuable. But I think Red Guardian takes the cake as far as value. Whenever he dies, I need to revive him. If somebody else dies like a Zemo, I can replace them with maybe a Proxima, maybe a Corvus, maybe even a Nick Fury. But so long answer short, I think Zemo's a great character, but Red Guardian is going to be the character that I'm taking up. I finished a lot of my skill characters and was actually thinking of this myself. Should I take Zemo, who I'm using all the time in the Doom Raids, or should I take Red Guardian, who I'm also using all the time in the Doom Raids? Red Guardian just had a lot more value for me though, so that's what I'm doing, and I hope this helps you with that. All right, should I bother with Hela for DD3 anymore? Haven't taken her to Gear 14, though I did for 13. I don't use her except in War. So Hela's getting a lot more value than she once did. A lot of it is because the Asgardians were dropping and dropping and dropping. And then the symbiotes rise, the rise of X Factor. A lot of teams that take advantage of having an extra member of the field like Greg that dies a lot. So, and then now with XMen, they're countered even more. I think Hela's value is shifting away from that Asgardian team and more to War Offense, where Greg won't be a liability. As far as DD3, she's kind of expensive for that game mode. She's gonna make life a lot easier for you in those cosmic nodes of Dark Dimension 3, and will make Dark Dimension 4 cosmic section easier. She is kind of expensive though, and Silver Surfer might have more value than Hela long term. So again, this is not a cookie cutter answer. There's going to be some value you get with Hela. There's other characters that you could build up for Dark Dimension 3 and especially Dark Dimension 4. But if you build her up, Gear 14, unless you're sacrificing that from other characters, I don't think you could go wrong in Hela. It's just, are there other characters that you could use in the meantime? Maybe you could build up 2 or 3 characters in the meantime, because Hela is very expensive, like I said. And are you going to get more value out of those 2 or 3 characters rather than that one Hela? If the answer is no, and you're going to get more value out of Hela, then build her up. If you're going to get more value out of those other characters in other game modes, then you could pass on Hela. You could pass on her. Greetings from an 18-wheeler somewhere in America. I'm getting ready to start DD4 Cosmic. Need a 4th. I have Thanos, Minerva, Silver Surfer. Should I bring up Proxima, Cull, Corvus, or Crystal? Thanks for the advice. Corvus, I don't know how much value he has in Dark Dimension 4. He's going to protect Thanos a little bit, but I think the control is what you need. Corvus doesn't have a lot of value unless you're using Proxima. Crystal, I don't see her having a lot of value unless you're bringing in humans, and since you're not bringing in other humans, I think the only answer for this one is Proxima. She has a stun, she has offense down, she has a buff clear. I think that's very, very good for Dark Dimension 4. Plus, she's a Black Order member, so you're going to get value outside of that as well on a Black Order offense team potentially. And wherever you're using Black Order, having a stronger Proxima is just going to benefit you. Hey, Valley, late game player here, and every once in a while I get bored and run a team to Dark Dimension 2 to get those achievements completed. I hate unchecked boxes, I guess, and I saw a timed run at the top. Times were less than 10 minutes. Can this be for the full run? Can it? That's about 30 seconds per node. Is there going to be some super team for this that can speed up my completions? I don't even care about getting my name on the board. All I want to have it done as fast as possible. Thanks for the regular enjoyable content. So there's a lot of teams that will get it done for you on full auto. I don't know about beating that time. You know, this, from what I'm reading on Reddit, this speed runs of Dark Dimension 1 and 2 is kind of becoming its own niche within these Marvel Strike Force community. And a lot of players are not sharing the teams that they use because they want that record on the board. Now, with that said, we got a couple scores up towards the top. An 8-minute time, a 10-minute time that seem improbable. I'm not saying that they're impossible to do because I don't know what their full rosters are. And maybe their only characters that they have built up are the characters that are used in Dark Dimension 2. But the collection power seems a little low for some of these top spots. So I am not sure. 30 seconds per node seems very, very ridiculous. A lot of the time seem around that 20-minute mark or so. But I guess it can be possible. So try it out. I don't know if there's a super secret team. There's a lot of teams that could fully auto it, like an Ultron, a Minerva, Black Bolt, and some of the newer characters like a Maw, like a Ghost. I think these guys can do it on full auto as well. I know back in the day, even when Dark Dimension 2 was the hardest Dark Dimension in the game, people were autoing it with Ultron. So as long as you have them, I think you could auto it. May not be one of the fastest times. And if you're not trying to get your name up on top of the leaderboard, I don't know if it really matters to have the fastest possible time, just as long as you can auto it while you're doing other things. But there may be some fishiness at the top. I know there's been names being removed all the time from those Dark Dimension leaderboards. So I don't know. It's the 8 minutes for all of Dark Dimension is pretty quick, brother. Pretty quick. All right, greetings from Detroit Rock City. I have 2 accounts. I've been procrastinating getting to Dark Dimension 3 with either of them. I'm not looking forward to the grind. It is a grind. It was tuned towards Phoenix, so it's not the most fun Dark Dimension out there, but it gets better once you get to Dark Dimension 4. I've noticed that both of mine have gotten tunes, 7-star tunes, Gear 14, randomly based on red stars whenever. Both of my accounts, they have Black Bolt, Phoenix, and Punisher. Ooh, Punisher's kind of a weird character. I don't think he's going to have value in getting you in, and he's cheap, but as far as helping you progress through some of these nodes, I don't think he has a lot of value in Dark Dimension 3 or 4. My King account, I also have Symbiote Spider-Man, Hela, Emma, Minerva, Princess, Invisible Woman, Thanos, Ultron, and Sinister. I'm going to start attacking twice a day. What do you think the best combinations would be? So you got to look at global. You have Phoenix for global, Symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, maybe Phoenix and Sinister for global. Yeah, maybe a Protector. I don't know if you use Colossus a lot. I know that was the character back in the day. But if you want to do Sinister, Phoenix, and Ghost, they probably can get through those Dark Dimension 3 nodes for global. As far as Cosmic, you got Black Bolt, you got Emma, you got Hela. I think those should be good enough for the Cosmic nodes. Maybe not the fastest run, but should be fine. Oh, and Ultron for global. I forgot about him. He doesn't have a lot of value for global, but you know, if his cooldowns are set, he'll some days he'll provide you a lot of value. Other days he'll provide almost nothing. You also have Thanos for that Cosmic account. I think you're good for Cosmic right now. And then as far as City, you got Symbiote, Spider-Man, and Punisher. You're probably going to want to build up some other symbiotes. If you could build up Carnage, that'll be good. If you could build up Anti-Venom, I think that's better. If you could build up Scream, I think that's also good because Scream and Anti-Venom are important choices for Dark Dimension 4, so they're going to give you some double value there. But that's what I would bring. Get more and more characters for the city sections, and then maybe another one for global, just to give a little more protection for Phoenix. But I think you should be fine for Dark Dimension 3. It's just going to take a while, brother. All right, Valley, I got into node 12 of DD4, which I hear takes half a month. Oh, man, I'm not there yet, so I hope that's not correct. I'm done with 16 characters for the first run. I have Emma, Zemo, Sinister, Ghost. That is a very strong team for global. If you have all the resources, that's a very good team. I think not everybody's building up these teams because of resources, but for Cosmic, you have Thanos, Hela, Minerva, Proxima, very good team as well. Hela makes that node very, very easy. The bad thing about her is that cost, but if she's already done, you should get through this Cosmic pretty good. Symbiote, Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Screen. Punisher is kind of a liability there. If you could bring up someone like Night Nurse or even Carnage, I think that would help you with this. And then Legendary, Phoenix, Hawk, Mob, Black Bolt. Well, you got a really good squad there as well. Black Bolt's expensive. That's the only reason. Don't really recommend Black Bolt, but he's done already, so good. For the new batch of characters, I'm working for my second run, trying to find a combination of traits that make sense. Silver Surfer, I think you guys should build him for other game modes, not just Dark Dimension. Jubilee, same thing. Carnage, same thing. Corvus, you could skip. Falcon, you could skip. I think if you want to be saving, you could save some for maybe Dr. Doom. I'm not sure if he takes more tech or more mystic, but he has that mystic tech dual tag. There are one each for mystic tech, mutant bio skill, and one each for global 2 cosmics. What do you think? Are these 5 globally wrong? I probably would be saving resources. Maybe there's another skill that you'll find more valuable that's coming on later on that you don't want to spend all your resources for Cull, and for Corvus. And then for Falcon, there may be another tech character, particularly Dr. Doom, that you may be wanting to spend your tech gear on. So I probably would skip Corvus and Falcon, but I would invest in these other characters, brother. And you should get to Dark Dimension pretty quick with the team you already have. Valley, hello from Brooklyn. I'm going to take Night Nurse as my 4th city character into Dark Dimension 4 in addition to the 3 symbiotes. Symbiote, Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Scream. I'm looking to T4 for her. It looks like her T4s are Shadowland specific except for the special. What T4s make sense for her without the Shadowland team? Well, all of them are going to help with that survivability. What do you call that? Special is a very good one. Let's take a look at her T4s in game. Let's take a look at my Night Nurse right now. This special, very, very good. Clearing 3 negative effects from the most injured ally and adjacent allies. So this is a good thing. I think that's going to help multiple game modes because it's not just Shadowlands. Now this one, the ultimate, it reduces the cooldown, or it reduces the amount of time you got to wait before you could use this ultimate. You start with 4 energy and you could use this right on turn 1 if you need that healing. So this is going to give her some value outside of the full Shadowland team as well. I wouldn't hesitate in doing this one if I'm using her in multiple game modes. As you can see, I didn't hesitate in doing this one. And this is a good one. This is one that's mainly going to benefit Shadowlands. But when she drops below 50% health, you're getting her defense up. You're giving her more speed bars. So while it's not defense up to all the characters that drop below, it is a defense up for Night Nurse if she drops below. And getting a little more extra speed bar, I think it gives a little bit of benefit. Obviously, not as much on a full Shadowland team. So if you want to go bare minimum, I think special. I think the next one should be ultimate. And then if a full Shadowland team is important to you, this passive becomes a lot more valuable. But back to the questions. Here we are, Valley. Greetings from H-Town, brother. Is that Houston? I don't know. Late game player here, starting with DD4 city nodes. I'm using Night Nurse and 3 symbiotes and Legendary, having Invisible Woman. And I'll have Invisible Woman. Both Night Nurse and Invisible Woman are 4 red, 7 gold stars. Are they worth an investment in buying the 5th red star with promo credits, or should I hold off for them for future characters? I would say Invisible Woman, no. I don't think she's that valuable that you should be using your valuable silver promotion credits. Unless they make those a little more abundant in the near future. That stuff is so scarce. You got to be really careful who you use that at. And Night Nurse, I would not invest in her as far as gold, red promo credits for specifically for Dark Dimension, because pretty much once you're done with those 2 runs, most people are not going to go back in and do it again and again unless you really like those borders. But if you're planning on using her for some other content, maybe really investing in that Shadowland team, maybe you're going to use her into Doom raids, then it is worth considering. So it depends what you're going to do. And again, I wish there were more cookie cutter answers for all these questions, but a lot of it is going to be depending on what you're doing now, and what you're planning to do in the near future. Hey, Valley, greetings from Deutschland. Making my way through Dark Dimension 4, running low on orange mutant gear. I'm curious if it's best to take Jubilee or Phoenix. Phoenix seems like the obvious choice. However, Jubilee is better outside of Dark Dimension 4 as we're doing new Doom raids. What would you do in this situation? Best of luck and stay safe. So, as we know, Dark Dimension 3 was tuned specifically for Phoenix, that Phoenix problem, and that's why it was so overtuned. From what I hear, all the nodes on the Legendary is overtuned as well, and is based on having Phoenix on your roster. Will you get through it and save resources without Phoenix? Sure. Will Jubilee be a better character long-term once you're done with Dark Dimension 4? Yes, probably. Phoenix is losing value, in my opinion, and yes, she's just losing value. Jubilee's going to have more value after that. I think most people are going to use her after. With that said, though, I still would build up Phoenix specifically for this game mode because I think it's just going to be a struggle to get through it without that. We have 1% base damage character in the legendary section with Ebony Maw, but I think it was designed for 2. So, and I haven't been there firsthand, so maybe not. Maybe it's easy. I built up Phoenix first. I probably still would build her up first, and then probably take Jubilee afterwards. I think Phoenix is what I would recommend. Jubilee second, although if there's somebody that has been through those legendary sections and knows firsthand, let me know in the comments. Just because I'm still in the cosmic section, so my knowledge is based on more what other people have done in those. So if someone has firsthand knowledge, use that over what my secondhand knowledge is. But I think go Phoenix and Jubilee. All right, hey ValleyFlyin, I'm about to start the global notes for DD3, and so far have Emma, Phoenix, and Ghost. That's a good combo right there. Zemo is 1 piece away from 14. I was wondering, do you think I should bring a 5th or save the gear for city lanes? Since you have Emma, Phoenix, and Ghost, I would say you probably should save. Maybe down the road you bring up Zemo, especially that he's only 1 piece away. And a lot of the gear 14 pieces are not as scarce as those superior uniques to get you up to gear 13. And of course, those gear 15 uniques to get you to gear 15. So maybe you bring up Zemo anyway, just based on what resources you have. But I think your focus should be on city. If you only have Symbiote Spider-Man right now, you're missing a few key characters, namely Anti-Venom. I don't know where your Carnage is because you haven't mentioned Carnage, but Carnage is another good choice, and he's going to give you value in raids after that. Doc Ock is going to be another good character. He has value in multiple game modes. And you're probably going to want to build them for Dark Dimension 4 as well for that legendary section. So I don't think you go wrong with Doc Ock or Anti-Venom. Zemo, you might want to bring him into skill sections for Doom Raids anyway. And you may want to bring him to global for Dark Dimension 4. So I don't think you go wrong with Zemo. But as long as it's not going to prevent you from putting resources in Doc Ock, Anti-Venom, I probably wouldn't go Ghost Rider either. So as long as building up Zemo is not going to take away from you building up Doc Ock, Anti-Venom, Carnage, maybe Scream, then go Zemo first. If it is going to stop you, then focus on these city characters. That's where I think your focus should be right now, brother. And that is it for the mailbag, guys. I hope your question got answered. I do want to thank each and every one of you that left a question on the mailbag. Yes, it looks like Multiple Man is coming out tonight. So we may have another video coming out today, possibly the 3rd video of the day. And if you want information about all the stuff that happened, all these bans and some of the boycotts that are going on, make sure you check out the last video that I put up earlier today. We talk about all that. I wanted to kind of keep that as a separate topic, and probably back to Sunday for the mailbag this coming week, and we'll see if it works out. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope Multiple Man is good. Check out some of the sponsors down below: BlueStacks, Amazon Coins, Worldwide Nutrition. I use their stuff all the time, guys. So yes, hopefully that helps you. Check me out on social media. Check out some of my other videos before you go, and have a great day. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out.